Hare Krishna. In this video, we'll understand few issues which may come while setting up item taxes, and we need to make sure that these things are properly set. The first thing is tax category. So by default, when we install, it will create these many tax categories. For us, only out state and in state are relevant. So if I click on them, I'll find that one of them, that is out state, will have is interstate automatically ticked by default. So we need not to do anything with this. What we need to be concerned is the source state. So this will be by default blank. So we need to set up the state where we are doing our business. So recently I've done this from blank to Gujarat because we are doing business in Gujarat. So both the categories, text categories, out state and in state, should have the source state selected as Gujarat. This is the first step. Second step is sales text templates. There we'll have two text templates, output GST out, output GST in. So if you click on them, by default you will have some rate filled in these rows. So what we need to is we need to make them zero. Just like recently I have done, from 9 to 0, I have made them all 0. So we should not have any rate inside the sales taxes and charges templates. It should be 0, because it will fetch automatically. It just need the account head. The rate will be fetched from item text template, not from this sales text template. So from sales text template, we just get the accounts where our rate should be filled. So that rate will be fetched from item text, and the account will be fetched from sales text and charges templates. So keep it 0. Third important thing is, in our tax accounts which are set up under duty and taxes in chart of accounts, if you go there, you'll see the tree under liabilities, current liabilities, duty and taxes. So here we'll have our tax accounts, output tax CGST, output tax IGST, like that. So if you click on them, click on edit, by default you'll find here some rate, maybe 9, 18, like that. So you should again make it 0. So keep it 0. Recently I've done this from 9 to 0. So all these three, output X, CGST, SGST and IGST, they should not have any rate filled in this particular field. Now the fourth step is to ensure the proper addresses of company as well as customer. So if I go to the company, and if I go to Subodaya Foundation Company, down you'll find here a section called address and contact. Click on edit. Now in this address in this address, you should have GST number filled in here. Select registered regular, and then most important, GST state should be selected as whichever state you're doing business in. So this company's state, that is Gujarat now. So this needs to be done for the company. Similarly for the customer as well, I open my customer list. Here is walk-in Gosala. So here also, if I go to the contact and address, edit. So the same thing I have to do here is I have to select the GST state. If this GST state is not selected, it will be difficult for the system to recognize whether this transaction is of the in-state nature or out-state nature. Now, this GST category can be unregistered also, because the customer will not always be a company which is GST registered. So keep it unregistered also. but this is most important. This should be selected. Another important warning here is this text category. This should be left blank. You should not do anything with this. You should not select in state or out state, nothing in this. Just keep it blank. Maybe there is some catch here, some bug or something, but because of if you select some text category here, it is creating a problem somewhere else. So better to keep it blank. Also, you can keep preferred billing address and shipping address ticked on so that it will be always used there also. Okay, so this is done with the customer's address. In customer's address, there is another category text. So here you need not to do anything. Just fill this address and you are done, because address contains all the information regarding their GST state and all. So automatically it will fetch whether so it will understand whether it is in state or out state. So you need not to do anything with this text section. So this is done for company and customer. Both of these addresses should have proper GST state selected. Next step, we come to our POS profile. So in our POS profile, we should have a very important step, that is the taxes and charges. So what is it? The This POS profile requires a default sales tax and charges template. Sales. So it will show you all that list in the drop down. There are two sales check taxes and charges template as we have now. One is in state and another is out state. So we'll select here in state because we are making these transactions in our campus itself to the walk-in customer. The walk-in customer is again the in-state customer. So this will ensure that automatically all the transactions will fall in the category of in-state, and thus only CGST and SGST slabs will be selected. Again, the same warning as we had in the walk-in address. This text category should be left blank. We should not select anything here. If this is done, we are done with all the settings related to the text transactions. Now, to ensure whether everything is working fine, go to sales invoice, click on a new sales invoice, select the company, select the customer. Once you select the customer company, based on the addresses of customer and company, it can be determined that this transaction is an in-state transaction or out-state transaction. So you can see below, automatically it has fetched the text template, and based on that it has fetched the slabs as GST and CGST with the zero rates. So these rates will be updated as we update the items here. Now I've got one item, ice cream. Now this ice cream 70 has got GST 18% already set up in the item. So as I click on this, automatically you'll see here the taxes are also updated. Now, how it was updated? Because if you go to the item, click on edit, you'll find here one column, so the field item text template. And this item text template has got GST 18%. And it has been fetched from the item itself. Go to the item list. This is the ice cream tax. This is here. So based on the template which you have set up in the item, it will fetch that. And so 18% means 9%, 9%. So 9% of 70 rupees is 6.3, 6.3. Like that, total taxes comes out to 12.60. And thus summing up all, the grand total is 82.6. So this is how we can verify whether if all this is getting automatically fetched, that means our text setup is uh, working fine. The same thing now we can check in the POS invoice and it will work fine. Hare Krishna.